Okay, so the question presented in today's video is broadly, is anthropology racist? And to answer this question, I will present an anecdote. I have a brother, and he is Swedish. His mother's Swedish, and his dad is my dad. We have the same dad. By the way, as a kid, I thought this was perfectly normal. And my brother and his mother and his brother would often visit my immediate family for Christmas, my mom and my dad and my little brother. And we would all have Christmas together, and I thought this was perfectly normal. Anyway, one time I was in high school. It was like freshman or sophomore year. And my brother studied abroad in Brazil for like a long time. And he met this girl there. And this girl would eventually become his girlfriend. And she was also Swedish. She was a white Swedish person with blonde hair and blue eyes. And I guess it's not super relevant, but it's tangentially relevant for the story. So from what I remember, this girl, she was there in Brazil to do some kind of master's dissertation. It wasn't an undergraduate thesis. It was a graduate level project on what she described as how Brazilian women use dance to express their sexuality. And I was in high school at the time, and I grew up dancing. So I was a dancer. So when I first heard her say that, I remember thinking, oh, I'd never thought about it like that. And then I remember thinking right after, oh yeah, that's pretty obviously true, that dance is a metaphor for sexuality and sex. But I dismissed it. It stuck with me, but I didn't meditate on it until very recently. So, to say that, to travel all the way from Sweden, Europe to Brazil in South America to study how Brazilian women use dance to express their sexuality is like if you're in the US moving to the East Coast to study how when it gets cold in winter, people turn on the heat in order to get warm. Or to visit Iraq to study how when people are thirsty, they drink water. Okay? Facially, it's a self-evident proposition. So, in hindsight, was it racist that this blonde hair, blue-eyed, beautiful, perfectly nice Swedish woman travel all the way to Brazil to study how Brazilians use dance as a metaphor for sex, or to establish that as a thesis, that Brazilian women use dance as a metaphor for sexuality? I don't know if it's racist. I don't think it's racist. I think she just wanted to go to Brazil. which is understandable. I would love to go to Brazil, and God willing, I will one day. But she was there. From what I remember, my brother said they were there for months. So she spent months in Brazil studying how people drink water when they're thirsty, essentially, or how fashion is an expression of people's creativity. I don't think she was being racist in this case, this anthropological case. I think she may have been a victim. It's possible that whoever sponsored her transcontinental academic endeavor lied to her about the epistemological value of her ideas or the intellectual worthiness of her proposed inquiry. But I don't think she was being racist. The optics for her, I don't know that they're great. The optics aren't great, but I don't know that she was being racist. I think she just wanted to go to Brazil. So, in conclusion, when people are horny, they have sex. And when I'm tired, I go to sleep. And anthropology isn't necessarily racist. But not every idea is worth pursuing.